Jamie Dimon warns U.S. debt default is potentially catastrophic, asks J.P. Morgan has a war room. He warned the U.S. debt default would be potentially catastrophic for the economy, emphasizing the urgency for Congress to raise the debt ceiling and avoid defaulting on financial obligations. Dimon expects panic in the markets if lawmakers fail to address the issue, leading to volatility and potential problems in both the stock and treasury markets. He stressed the need for politicians to negotiate a deal and come to an agreement. He is preparing for the risk of a default by holding regular war room meetings, which will increase in frequency as the deadline approaches the standoff between Republicans and Democrats over the debt ceiling.
Welcome to Cloud AI. The debt ceiling refers to a statutory limit on the amount of money that the United States government can borrow to finance its operations. It sets a maximum level of outstanding debt that the government can accumulate. The debt ceiling is determined by Congress and serves as a mechanism to control government spending and borrowing. When the government spends more money than it collects in revenue, it must borrow to cover the deficit. The Treasury Department issues Treasury bonds, bills, and notes to investors, including both domestic and foreign entities, to raise the necessary funds. These securities are considered safe investments because they are backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. However, the debt ceiling imposes a legal cap on the total amount of debt the government can issue. If the outstanding debt approaches or reaches the limit, the Treasury Department cannot issue additional debt to meet its financial obligations unless Congress votes to raise or suspend the debt ceiling. Failure to raise the debt ceiling could lead to severe consequences, such as a default on the government's financial obligations, including payments to Social Security beneficiaries, government employees, and holders of US Treasury securities. This default would have far-reaching implications for the U.S. economy and financial markets, potentially causing a severe financial crisis.
In the history of the last 100 years, only 6 countries have defaulted. And we've never default, like Russia, Argentina, Germany, Greece, Lebanon, Greece, yeah. Venezuela. It's really, those 6 have defaulted. Okay, you guys are thinking we may be one? No, we're not saying we are. We just think we have to be ready. Okay. So then you hear, the numbers comes out on how much we have in our Treasury general account, right? Our GDP right now is $23.5 trillion, but we only have $200 billion in that account. That's like somebody making $239 a year, $239,000 a year, and you got $200 in savings. That's America today, okay? That's current America's financial situation. $200 billion sounds like a lot of money. We don't have a lot of.
Raising the debt ceiling has been a somewhat contentious issue in recent years, with debates and negotiations occurring among lawmakers regarding spending, taxes, and fiscal policy. The debt ceiling is separate from the budget, which determines government spending levels and revenue sources. It is essentially a limit on borrowing to finance the budget deficit. So what options does the US Treasury have?
One is the idea that the Treasury should mint an absolutely massive coin, not massive in terms of size, but massive in terms of value, perhaps $1 trillion platinum coin, deposit that at the Federal Reserve, and then use that to fund government operations. The other workaround that you'll hear about sometimes is using the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which states that US government debts shall not be questioned. So the argument is that the White House can cite that amendment. Well, the most basic solution to the debt ceiling is for Congress to agree that the debt ceiling is damaging, is harmful, and just basically agree to suspend it in perpetuity. That would be the simplest solution, but politically it's just not tenable because the party that's not in power does enjoy the leverage that the debt ceiling confers upon them.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel.